Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make increases in your crochet stitches. And there's really nothing very special or difficult about this. Basically, when you want to make an increase in a stitch, all that you're going to do is do more than one stitch into one of your existing stitches. So here I've got 2 rows of single crochet. And I don't know how many stitches I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so if I'm going to do an increase in each of my stitches here, I'm just going to get rid of that ball. All I'm going to do is to go into the same place, where I've done my stitches, more than once. So I'm going to make my chain to go up the side of my row there. And then this is the place where I'm doing my first stitch. So that's my first V, where my first stitch goes. So there is my first single crochet. And if I had to do an increase in that first stitch, all that I'm doing, I'm going to put my hook back into that exact same place and do another stitch. And there I've made 2 stitches out of my 1 stitch, so that is an increase. So let's see that again. So if I do an increase into this next stitch, all that I do is I do my first stitch there where I normally would, so that's my first single crochet. And now I'm going to look at exactly it. So I'm going to just pull it apart a little bit so that you can really see exactly where my stitch went. So that's exactly where my next stitch goes, into there. So that is an increase. So then if I were to increase across all of these stitches, or let's just say increase in a lot of them, what you'll see is that my work is going to start changing shape. So it's going to start becoming kind of triangular. So if I just do a few more, then you will see what impact that has on the shape of my work. Okay, so here I've done 2 stitches in each of my stitches, and you can already see that my work is starting to kind of curve around. And normally when we're doing increases, that's why we're doing them. So to change the shape of our work, to make it either into kind of triangle or make it bigger or whatever it is that we're trying to do. So let me just get to the end right there, and then we can have a look at what impact that had on my work. But there's really nothing special about doing increases. All that we're doing, like I said, is we're putting more than 1 stitch into an existing stitch. So normally in a pattern it's written as an increase. Sometimes it might say do 2 stitches into 1 stitch. But there you can see now that my work has started to curve because I've got more stitches in this last row than my previous one. And if you just have a really close-up look, you can see that in each one of my stitch I've got 2 stitches. And that is an increase with single crochet. Now with double crochet, so here I've got a row of double crochet and I've started my next row already. It's exactly the same. So all that you're doing here is you're doing more than 1 stitch into the same stitch. So this is really super chunky yarn. So here I've got my first double crochet into that stitch, and all I'm doing is if I need to increase in that stitch, I'm just going to put another stitch into that same stitch. Oops. So there is my increase. And there you can just see I've done 2 double crochets into that 1 space. And that's an increase. And that's really all there is to it. Nothing special at all. Thanks for listening.